Hi there, it's Lety, and this is Lety's English Podcast, your space to learn English, find inspiration, and live your best life every week. We share real-life stories and empowering English, so you can grow not just as a learner, but as a person. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'm so glad you're here with me. Have you ever looked around at your life and thought, why do I still feel lost? Maybe you have a job, maybe a family, and from the outside, everything seems fine, but inside, something's missing. If you feel this way, just share your thoughts with Lety in the comments. You're never alone here. Let me tell you a story about my friend Lynn. Lynn was always a high flyer at work, successful, well-paid, admired by her colleagues. But one day, Lynn told me, I feel like I'm living someone else's life. My days are just a blur of meetings and deadlines. I don't feel alive, I feel stuck. But remember, every feeling is a message, and sometimes feeling lost is the first step toward real change. Many people, especially in their late 20s or 30s, work hard to meet expectations but forget to ask, what do I really want? Lynn's story is not rare. It's a silent struggle so many of us face. Let's learn some useful English phrases from Lynn's story. High flyer means someone very successful in their career. For example, he's a real high flyer at his company. On paper means what something looks like officially, but not the full reality. For example, on paper, the job looks great, but it's very stressful. To be a blur means when something happens so fast. You can't remember the details. For example, her days were a blur of meetings and deadlines. To feel stuck means to feel like you can't move forward or change your situation. For example, I feel stuck in my routine. To meet expectations means to do what others expect you to do. For example, she became a doctor to meet her parents. Expectations. So now, let's practice together. Repeat after me. I'll give you time to speak out loud. She felt like she was living someone else's life. Her days were a blur of meetings and deadlines. She was successful, but deeply unhappy. Success without meaning feels empty. I feel stuck in my routine. Don't be shy, say these out loud, and tell me in the comments which one feels true for you. You can pause this podcast and repeat the sentences as many times as you need. Practice makes progress. Let's come back to Lynn. After she shared her feelings, I asked, what do you really want? She said, I want to wake up feeling excited about life. I want to make a difference, not just for my company, but for myself. That's when I realized true success isn't about money or job titles. It's about living authentically, with meaning. But how do you figure out what you truly want? Sometimes we get so used to following rules and checking boxes that we lose ourselves. You might be a good student, a good child, always working hard, always saying yes. But have you ever stopped to ask what actually makes me happy? Let me share another story. Min, a listener of this podcast, wrote to me, I always did what my parents told me. I studied, went to university, got a finance job, but every morning, I wake up tired. I'm afraid to disappoint my family, but I also don't want to disappoint myself. Is it wrong to want something different? I told Min, it's not wrong, it's brave, to ask yourself what you want. That's the first step to a meaningful life. Let's practice a few more phrases together. Repeat after me. I'll pause for you. I'm afraid to disappoint my family. I want something different. It's brave to follow your dreams. I'm learning to listen to myself. I'm trying something new. I'm celebrating every step. Remember, it's okay to feel lost sometimes. True success is living a life that feels authentic. To you, you are enough just as you are before we finish. Here are 3 questions for you. What's one word that describes how you feel today? What is one thing you wish you could tell your younger self? Which English phrase from today's podcast will you use this week? Share your answers below. Let's grow together as a community. Every day you wake up is a new chance to rewrite your story. In English and in life. Thank you so much for listening to Lety English Podcast, your weekly dose of inspiration where self-growth meets English learning. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing your boundaries. See you next time.